Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Jerry Marin.
Number 2.
My name is Jerry Marin.
Number 3.
My name is Jerry Marin.
Only one of these people is the real Jerry Marin and is the only one sworn to tell the truth. Now let's meet our panel. Star and host of Downey on CNBC, Morton Downey Jr. Co-star of the popular Mama's Family, Dorothy Lyman. Star of the new feature film Popcorn, Tom Villard. And to tell the truth, very own Kitty Carlisle. Here's the host of To Tell the Truth, Gordon Elliott.
Good morning and welcome, panel, and all will become obvious in a moment regarding this. Now, you look sparkling, fresh and alive. What a suit, Tom. Whoa. Turn up the colour.
Quite untasteful.
It is. It has a subtle undertext, don't you think? OK, let's get straight to the story presented by our first team of challengers, all three of whom claim to be a man called Jerry Marin. And here is his story. Please read along with me. I, Jerry Marin, was one of 124 little people in the unforgettable movie, The Wizard of Oz. For 7 weeks, I lived on the yellow brick road as a Munchkin. I played one of the 3 little tough guys in the Lollipop Guild. And I myself presented Dorothy with the giant lollipop welcoming her to Munchkin Land. But things weren't always rosy in the land of Oz. For instance, we weren't mentioned in the credits, and we were paid less than Toto. To make up for that, I should have kept my original costume. It recently sold at auction for over $17,000. All in all, it's a great honor for me to know that far into the future, children everywhere will grow up loving the Munchkins. Signed, Jerry Marin. Okay, guys, hop aboard, take a seat, and if a tornado doesn't drop a house on us, we'll be right back after this somewhere in Kansas. Welcome back to Tell the Truth. Okay, panel, all these 3 people claim to be the Munchkin from The Wizard of Oz, Jerry Marin. Let's start the questioning on this one with Kitty.
Oh, thank you. Number 1, there were 124 little people. Where did they keep them all?
At the Culver City Hotel in Culver City.
And number 2, where did they hold the auction where your costume was auctioned off?
Well, they had 2 or 3 of them, but there was one here.
In Los Angeles?
Area.
Number 3, what are you doing now?
I'm retired.
Oh, retired from what?
Well, I'm retired for the business. I do other things.
Number 2, who was Dorothy in the version that you were in?
Dorothy? Well, she was Dorothy Gale.
Oh, number 1, who was Dorothy in the version you were in?
Judy Garland.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, Tom, your turn.
Number 1, in that sequence, there were all sorts of special events planned for her when she came and was in Oz. Were there things that were cut, other sequences besides your lollipop?
Yeah, the jitterbug sequence was cut out.
Yes. Number 3, when Margaret Hamilton disappeared in her puff of smoke at the end of that sequence, somebody told me that something odd happened. Do you know what that might be?
Yes, they had a little accident. She caught on fire.
That's some little accident.
Number 2, how did you audition for this part? Did you have to sing and dance, or did you just have to show up and be a warm body?
That's about it.
Really? That's how...
Okay, your turn, Dorothy.
Number 3, what was the song that the Munchkins sang?
Over the rainbow.
And number 1, have you worked as an actor since?
Excuse me once more?
Have you worked as an actor since?
Yes.
Number 2, how long did the shooting of the entire picture take?
7 weeks.
And number 3, which studio made it?
MGM Studio in Culver City.
Uh-huh. And number 1, who was the director?
Victor Fleming.
All right. Number 2, are there ever any reunions?
No, not really.
running short on them.
Number 3, was there recently a 50th anniversary party?
Yes, it was.
Were you, number 3, were you there?
Yes.
Number 2, who was the director of that party that was put together for the 50th anniversary?
I have no idea.
Number 1, who put that party together at the studios for the...
Jack Haley, Jr.
Jack Haley, Jr. The jitterbug, which was taken out, number 1, was it put back into the video cassette that's available now?
Yes.
I can't think of anything else to ask.
These are tough questions. This is more like being in a murder jury than the Munchkins. Time's up, panel. Time to vote for either number 1, number 2, or number 3. Our team of challengers will receive $500 for each incorrect vote from the panel, with a guarantee of $1,000. And if the panel is filled completely, the team will receive $3,000. Now, panel, if you're ready to cast your ballots, Kitty, for whom did you vote?
Well, they're wonderful. Number 3 knew all about the things that were cut out and everything. Number 2 was charming, but I recognize number 1.
You think you recognize number 1?
I think I recognize.
You think you'd recognize number 1. Okay. Tom?
Number 3, yes, she caught on fire from what I understand. But number 1, it seemed like he knew more answers. I thought that it was number 1 as well.
Okay. Dorothy, to coin a phrase.
Well, I thought number 1 and number 3 gave wonderful answers, but the outfit got me, so I am voting for number 2.
Okay. And Morton?
Well, I was at that 50th anniversary party, so I think I have to disqualify myself.
Okay, all righty. So you are disqualifying yourself, which means it's an incorrect vote. So it'll go on now. As you see, number 1 has 2 votes. Number 2 has 1 vote. Number 3 has no votes. And Morton's vote goes down as an incorrect vote. The time has come to meet the Lollipop Munchkin. Will the real Jerry Marin please raise your lollipop? Fantastic. Jerry, I'm going to talk to you in a minute. Let's find out who the other 2 are. Number 2, 1 vote. What's your real name? What do you do?
My name is Bud Douglas. I'm retired, but I was with the Beverly Hills Hotel and the Bell staff for 10 years.
Amazing. Number 3, you've got no votes, but what's your name? What do you really do?
My name is Felix Silla, and I built a miniature doll houses.
Really? Isn't it amazing? Well, there were 2 votes incorrect, and of course the incorrect vote that Morton gave as well. So your team will receive $1,000, and thanks for being here today or with us on To Tell the Truth. Now, Jerry and I worked up a little lollipop routine backstage. Okay, now before you go, Jerry, do you think I can be a Munchkin for once in my life? It's been a dream of mine. Okay. You're going to show me the Munchkin dance that you did for Dorothy.
Give it a try.
Where do I hold my lollipop? In this hand?
Right like this, yes.
One like that. And hand in the pocket? Okay, all right. Okay, here we go. Right. And...
We represent the lollipop Jew, the lollipop Jew, the lollipop Jew, and in the name of the lollipop Jew.
We'll be back with more right after this, with a woman who skied to the South Pole.
We're back on To Tell the Truth. Let's meet our next team of challengers.
Number 1, what is your name, please?
My name is Shirley Metz.
Number 2.
My name is Shirley Metz.
Number 3.
My name is Shirley Metz.
Okay, all these ladies claim to be Shirley Metz. It's up to you, panel, to locate the real Shirley. Here is her story. Please read it along with me. I, Shirley Metz, became one of the first women to ski to the South Pole. My expedition team and I skied 9 hours a day for 2 months, braving frostbite, 120-mile-an-hour winds, and summertime temperatures of 39 degrees below zero to reach our goal. My aim was to publicize the endangered ecology of Antarctica. I am committed to the preservation of Antarctica as a world park free from commercial exploitation. Because I thought it would be one way to make people remember the South Pole, I celebrated my journey's end by indulging in a little frozen cheesecake. I stripped down to my black lace underwear and ran around the world in 6 seconds. Signed, Shirley Metz. Welcome, challengers, and let's start the questioning on the real Shirley Metz with Morton Downey Jr.
Number 1. What kind of frozen cheesecake did you have?
Well, actually, it was Sara Lee.
Sarah Lee. There's the end of the commercialism of the car. All right, did it already. Number 2, are you a professional skier?
No, I'm not.
Number 3, have you skied difficult passages before this trip?
No.
Number 1, what made you decide, other than for the ecology of the park, to ski, to do that? You didn't get as much publicity as you should have.
Well, that was the most important reason. But beyond that, I was going to be the first woman to ever ski to the South Pole.
Number 2, quickly, why did you take off your...
Time's up, Dorothy.
Thank you. Number 1, where did the trip start?
Well, we flew from Chile right to the edge of the continent.
Uh-huh. All right. Number 2, who discovered the South Pole?
Amundsen, Roald Amundsen.
All right. Number 3, how many people were there with you?
There were 10 other people with me.
Uh-huh. And number 1, did you take all your provisions along too?
Well, not all of them. We had an airplane that would make frequent drops along the way to bring supplies.
Okay. Number 2, any dog teams along?
None whatsoever.
Tom.
Number 2, what's the most immediate threat right now to the ecology up there?
Actually, there are several things. The krill are being actually taken out of the ocean right now, and that will basically throw off the food chain down there. We're concerned about mineral mining, and we're also concerned about oil exploration.
Number 1, how did you finance this adventure?
Out of my own pocket.
You're a hell of a gal. Number 3, when you ate the cheesecake in your underwear and did the wiggly dance, was it videotaped forever for the world to know, or is this like a private moment? Because it says the world would remember, but I never saw this tape.
Well, you might not want to hold your breath.
Yeah. Settle down, Tom. We've got the photos for later, okay? Kitty.
Number 1, when you took off all your clothes and ran around the South Pole, was it like running around a pole in croquet? Is there a pole in
There is a physical pole there. It's a brass pole. It's about 3 feet high.
And you ran around it?
Yes, very quickly.
Number 2, what did you wear on your feet when you took off all your clothes?
I was barefoot.
Barefoot? Number 3, did you get frostbite?
Not at the pole, no.
Number 1, when you went through this terrible ordeal, where did you sleep at night?
Well, we had tents. We had tents in the supplies, and so we had little cabins.
Was it established, number 2, was it established how many you were?
I'm sorry.
How many were you?
9 in my party.
Oh. And number 3?
Sorry, we've got to leave it there. Time is up, panel, and it's time to vote for either number 1, number 2, or number 3. Our team of challengers will each receive $500 for every incorrect vote, with a guarantee of $1,000. And if the panel is filled completely, the team will receive $3,000. Panel, are you ready to cast your ballots? If so, we'll start with Morton.
I tell you, this is the first time I've seen all 3 contestants could have actually been the person who went to the South Pole. But that number 1, I'll go South Pole with you if you're ever going.
Okay.
I'm positive.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. That's an offer you can refuse. Now, Dorothy.
I also voted for number 1, although I thought number 2 gave very good answers and looks like someone who could survive a trip like that.
Tom?
Number 2 knew the ecology stuff. I've been reading these things, frightening things that are going on, and she just knew every word of it, so I was impressed.
All righty. And Kitty?
Gee, they all gave wonderful answers. I just think by looking at them that it's number 3.
Okay. Intuition from Kitty Carlisle. The votes are all in. As you can see, 2 votes for number 1, 1 vote for number 2, and 1 vote for number 3. Now it's time to meet the real polar explorer. Will the real Shirley Metz please stand up? Kitty, you got it. Okay. Now let's see that picture of you running around the world in 6 seconds there, Shirley. Have a look at this. Oh, that's gold. Yeah. Are you, that's fantastic. Shirley, what are you wearing? Are you honestly not wearing any shoes in there?
I'm honestly not wearing any shoes.
Holy cannoli, that's gold. Let's find out who your imposters are. Number 1, 2 votes. What's your name? What do you really do?
My name is Donna Dower. I'm a radio traffic reporter.
Oh, no. Number 2, what's your real name?
My name is Becky Michella, and I'm a residential treatment director at a psychiatric facility here in L.A.
Well, I think the lady on your left might need help. I don't know. There were 3 incorrect votes at $500 a vote, so your team will receive $1,500. And thank you very much for being here today on To Tell the Truth. And we've added something new on To Tell the Truth. It's called One-on-One. We'll be back to play it with someone from our studio audience after this. Welcome back. It's time to play One-on-One with someone from our studio audience. Burton, who do you have for us today?
Gordon, today we have Jennifer Hull of Walnut Creek, California.
Well, hello, Jennifer.
How are you today?
Jennifer, here is your chance to play one-on-one, and I want you now to meet a gentleman with 2 stories to tell you. Ken Anders. Welcome, Ken. Jennifer, as I told you, Ken is going to tell you 2 stories, only one of which is the truth. Now, if you can spot the true story, you'll win $500. Ken, what's your first story?
I'm the superintendent of the El Segundo jail, where Zsa Zsa Gabor served out her 3-day sentence.
Now, Jennifer, that may or may not be the truth, so let's listen to Ken's second story.
I was recently crowned Mr. Nude International 1990.
Okay. Now, the panel is going to help you win this one, Jennifer. They're going to ask questions about each of those stories. 1 question each, starting with a story about being Zsa Zsa's jailer. And Kitty is the first.
Thank you. What did Zsa Zsa complain most about?
She complained mostly about the food.
Tom.
What did Zsa Zsa's hubby try to sneak in for her while she was there?
Well, I understand he brought in some Pepsis and a little ice cream.
Dorothy.
Did she fraternize with any of the other prisoners?
No, she didn't. She had the cell to herself.
Morton.
She said that she was in the cell with a prostitute and a drunk the first night. Is that true?
No, that's not true. She had the cell to herself.
Okay, now, Jennifer, you've heard Ken's first story. Let's hear questions about his second story, Mr. Nude America. Kitty, if you dare.
What were the requirements for entering this contest?
I must disqualify you on that one. No, just kidding.
No. It's a legitimate question.
You have to be able to reflect family nudism and be able to understand its meaning.
Tom.
Is there a most famous nude beach in California?
Yes, that would be Black's Beach.
Dorothy.
Now, we know what Miss America has to do during the year of her reign. What are you expected to do?
Basically the same types of things.
I'm so glad you asked that question, Dorothy.
Well, I know it's not true that he was Mr. Nude America, Nude International. I was. Say nude or rude? Oh.
Okay. Look, now you've heard the cross-examination. We want you now to tell me whether Ken, in your opinion, is Zsa Zsa's jailer or is he Mr. Nude America, Jennifer?
Well, I think he looks like a very bizarre person, so I'll go for Mr. Nude.
Yeah. Bizarre. If you're right, you win $500. Ken, what is your true story?
To tell the truth, I am Mr. Nude International.
Congratulations, you've won $500. Thanks for playing one-on-one, Jennifer. Thank you. Now, before I just, what is the meaning of family nudism?
Family nudism, to be able to understand family nudism and live it in your daily lives, it's not something to be taken...
Well, show us. Come on, show us. A little bit of tension in the studio. Oh, all right, if you won't, I will. We'll be right back after these words. Okay. Well, panel, that's it for this edition of To Tell the Truth. And I'm fully clothed. Did you enjoy what you saw during the commercial break, audience? There you go. I don't like to brag, but when I'm called upon, we know we can deliver. Now, new show, actually, with that lady running around the South Pole, wasn't it?
Proud of you. No big thing, but I was proud of you.
Thank you. Now, Kitty, I do hope we'll see you again in our next edition.
I hope so. I love the show. I love all of you, and I'm thrilled to be back.
Well, it's lovely to have you on. Really is. All righty. Now, what have you got planned for this weekend, Dorothy? Anything big?
No, I haven't thought beyond today, to tell you the truth.
Really? Well, we've got a couple of suggestions out of the Nudist Club. We'll tell you about it after the show. And we'll see you in the next edition of To Tell the Truth. Cheerio, Americans.
Las Vegas, lights, clothes, games of chance. But behind the spectacle is a private world. The price of admission, $100,000 of your own money. It's the high-stakes room you haven't seen until now. Watch real high rollers Johnny Chan, Phil Hellmuth, Doyle Brunson, Daniel Negreanu, Barry Greenstein, and Jerry Buss. High Stakes Poker premieres January 16th at 9, only on GSN. This game is the real deal.
Tonight on The Amazing Race, a scary start.
Oh, no!
And a stumble to the finish.
This is not safe. I can't do it. So sorry.
Tonight at 9 on GSN.